Coordinated, episode 243. Who gets the credit?
Greetings, AP coordinators. Derek and here, Senior Director, AP Coordinator Experience for the AP program and former AP Coordinator.
And I'm Karli Suge, School Counselor and AP Coordinator.
Thanks for joining us. This is Monday, September 30th, 2024. Let's make this clear right at the start. Extra credit for everyone listening to the show right now. Not that you need any additional incentive. You already know that this is the place to be to hear all the latest and greatest in the world of AP coordinators.
Did someone say extra credit? Bring it on and make it a double. I'm ready. It's time to get coordinated.
Good morning, Karli.
Good morning, Derek. We're off to a great start with those two words that bring excitement to students and adults alike. Extra credit. You have my full attention. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like the opportunity to earn a little extra credit? Oh no. What is it?
Actually, I was hoping we could talk about two different words. I apologize if my message got mixed up along the way. Well, actually, that's not quite true either. One word is the same, credit, but the other one is policy, as in AP credit policy, as in making sure our students get the credit they've worked so hard for, as in what's new with AP credit policies at colleges and universities.
Okay, I like it. Good topic. Maybe not as exciting as extra credit, at least not to me, but I can get on board with this. On board, college board. Get it, Derek?
Oh no, it's finally happening. My terrible sense of humor is rubbing off on you. I'm so sorry, Karli. So sorry. Fortunately, though, we have a special guest who is ready to save us both.
That's right. Joining us once again on the show is our friend. She is the Senior Director, Higher Education Policy. She is the one and only Suzanne McGurk. Hey, Suzanne.
Hey, Karli. Thanks for having me back on the show. Pretty cool to be invited back again. And hello, Derek. Nice to see you as well.
Thank you. And hey, Suzanne, if you don't mind, I'm hoping to get in one quick question, just one, before Karli takes over with her usual long list. Karli has a lot of questions. Can I sneak one in here?
Of course. What's up?
Well, I simply want to know what's new in your world of AP credit policies. We haven't talked in a little while, so I feel like I'm a little, out of the loop. I want to get caught up. Any good news? Any positive changes that you'd like to share with AP coordinators?
So you might remember that the team I work on is charged with making sure students get credit for their AP scores. And some of us work with states and systems who have statewide policies for all their institutions, and others on my team work with individual institutions who set their own policies. And when the AP program launches new courses, our team is focused on getting the attention of the decision makers so that we can get students credit.
And we love that. Thank you.
Of course. And lately, we have been 100% dedicated to working with AP Pre-Calculus and AP African American Studies. We've had lots of success. Hundreds of colleges and universities have stepped up and awarded credit for AP Pre-Calculus and African American Studies. We still have a lot of work to do, but in the launch of a new course, we're thrilled to have so many institutions on board with credit.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That all sounds great. And now I'm pretty sure Karli is ready to take over.
I am, Derek. You know I am. Thank you. And Suzanne, as you may remember, I'm a school counselor as well as an AP coordinator. And so, of course, I'm curious about credit policies for AP in a deep dive kind of way. I know they exist and my students take full advantage of them, so thank you. But I'm hoping to learn a little more from the ground up.
So that sounds good to me. And just tell me what's on your mind.
So first, when students earn that college credit, does it count towards their college graduation? And specifically, does it count towards their major?
So, Karli, I wish your simple question had a simple answer, but it doesn't really, except in the case of some states and systems that use AP credit in a very uniform way for general education requirements. The credit award decisions are really up to each institution. It makes this type of data very hard to track at the student level. What we can track is the graduation rates of AP students compared to non AP students. So that gives us some insight that shows that AP is helping students graduate earlier than non AP students.
Okay, wow, thank you. That's good to know. And I'm really glad to hear that. So, related, is there a limit to the number of hours students can bring in via AP, CLEP, etc.?
So that's a good question to ask because sometimes students do encounter a limit. It's usually fairly reasonable, but students need to look at the fine print because the limit may apply not just to AP, but to any early credit. So if students are taking AP and dual credit or AP and any other credit by exam, they might have to count all of that credit together against the total. There are also lots of colleges, though, that don't have a limit for students to worry about. So, either way, it's important for students to know if there are limits or not.
Right, absolutely. That would be something that the student would need to be on top of before they are entering the institution. So, thank you, Suzanne. Next question, my next question. Students sometimes they sometimes end up transferring from one institution to another. They don't always finish where they started. And knowing this, does the credit earned through AP, does that transfer too?
So, Karli, you're full of good questions as always. So, unless there's an articulation agreement in place, students can expect that their AP credit will be re reviewed when they transfer. This can be good or bad for students.
How so?
So the new college might have a better AP credit policy than the old college, but it might also have a more restrictive policy. But I would recommend that the student really look closely at this before they make a decision about transferring, as it could make a big difference in how many hours they have left to take once they get to the new college.
Suzanne, we're having senior meetings often at this time of the year. So that's a really important question that comes up a lot, the idea of transferring and what that looks like. So I'll make sure our students know about that. And I'm also wondering, while we're talking about this, is there a time limit to apply the credit before it's quote unquote too late to use the AP credit?
Not usually, but there can be. So, this is one of those policies I really hate to see, but I do see it at some institutions. The worst I have seen is a requirement that students have to disclose all AP exam scores during the admission process, or they can't be considered for credit. Well, seniors don't have their scores yet. I am rolling my eyes at that one. Students need to look at the policy and know all the ins and outs of the process. Look at the fine print, and there's always fine print.
Absolutely. And that's a good lesson for our seniors to learn. And so I gather from what Derek's told me, he talks about you a lot, by the way. He said that you work every day to help establish and enforce AP credit policies for our students every day.
That's right. I do, along with all of my teammates.
So, first of all, thank you so much. And second, what happens after you establish a credit policy?
Good question. Establishing a new credit policy is great. We love it, but the work isn't done. There a few things continue. First, we work with the state agency staff to make sure each institution is following the new policy and publishing the new scores and equivalencies. This awareness is key for students, parents, and school administrators like yourself.
Absolutely.
And second, when asked, we actually work with the faculty committees on campus to determine AP course equivalencies. It can be a very collaborative effort, which we love being part of. And third, you alluded to this a moment ago, we continually monitor institutional policies to ensure students get the credit they're entitled to and deserve.
I love that. And I really appreciate it. In fact, I was going to ask, Derek, I think I'm ready.
Ooh, okay. I'm ready too. I should say we're ready. Here it comes, everyone. Karli's fastball in the form of her quote unquote tough question of the week.
It's not actually that tough this time, I think. but it is serious. So, what role can we as AP coordinators play when it comes to AP credit policies? How can we help?
So I love this question and thank you for asking. We know that AP coordinators have all sorts of roles at schools. Some are in administration, others in other support roles at the school. Some are teachers or counselors like yourself, many, many different roles. The one thing AP coordinators all have in common, though, you hear from students and parents about everything related to AP.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
And so we ask that you stay alert for comments from students and parents about credit not being awarded by an institution. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen once in a while. And if you hear about something, please contact us at aphighered at collegeboard.org. aphighered at collegeboard.org to report this. And we'll put that link in the show notes, I hope.
We're on it. That we can do, and we'll be happy to do it. Very happy. I want to make absolutely sure that my students are getting every credit they earned.
Well, I like the sound of that. And that email comes right to our team, and we really appreciate the help.
And let's make sure everyone knows how to. Actually, Derek, let's make this our coordinated call to action.
Ooh, scary, but I'm reading your mind. AP coordinators, for more information about AP credit policies, please click the link in our show notes and share that link with everyone: students, parents, faculty, counselors, administration. We're talking AP credit policies here. So important to keep everyone, coordinated. Thanks, everyone, for joining the conversation today. Thanks again to our special guest, Suzanne McGurk, and thanks to you, Karli, as always. And please join us next week on the podcast. We'll share what's going on, meaning what are the key reminders, deadlines, and everything new that's happening this fall for our favorite people in all of education, AP coordinators.
Until then, for all our continued support of AP students. Yep, our support. AP coordinators, we are truly good as gold.
And maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.
AP coordinators, despite your best intentions, did you miss out on the AP coordinator back to school workshop?
Fear not. The Back to School Workshop is now available on YouTube.
That's right. And we have 2 on-demand videos available. One for new AP coordinators and one for those with a little more experience.
Or watch them both.
Great idea. Check out the show notes for a link to the videos.
Or you can go to collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience. That's collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience.
Get your popcorn ready. This is one more summer blockbuster you won't want to miss.